Now, of course, you can't just convert just because you want to. You have to go through a process. But nonetheless, if a person is through the process, then they'll have guidance from the rabbi of what to do, what not to do, when to do it, when not to do it. For example, when we guide different converts, many times the converts want to take all of the mitzvot that show exterior looks, meaning automatically they want to grow a beard, automatically they want to get a hat, automatically they want to get a big talit and a tzitzit and a big kippah and put on tefillin on day one. They don't even know what's in the box. They don't even know the halachot that have to do with tefillin. They don't even know there's multiple types of tefillin. They don't know that there is when to put on tefillin and how to put on tefillin, but they like the look. They like the look of the kippah. They like the look of everything, and they want to look Jewish. And it's a mistake. And many times I tell people that the tefillin is not something that you even begin doing. You don't even begin doing until you pretty much have a date of when you're converting. Meaning you've already gone through the process. It's already been confirmed that you know enough and have made enough changes in your life to be a Jew. We're just waiting for the Beit Din to meet with you in a month, in 2 months, whenever it is. That's when you get your tefillin, and that's when you start putting them on. You don't put them on a month after you started learning Torah and you started your conversion process. You put it on later on. Later on. And the same thing goes with a lot of other things. Many times people ask me, Rabbi, is it okay if I put on my tzitzit like you do and I wear it outside? And I always tell them, absolutely not. In fact, you shouldn't even wear a tzitzit. You just started the conversion process or learning everything 6 months ago, 3 months ago, 4 months ago. Everyone knows that you're not Jewish. You're going to put on a tzitzit. People are going to think you're Jewish. That's a problem. That's a very serious problem. You should not put on a tzitzit. When should I do it? Later on, once you become a Jew, or literally a week away before conversion. And a lot of people have a hard time listening to this advice because they think, oh, you're keeping me down, or I want to do it. Or better yet, you have some people that simply, they don't want to listen to good advice when you give them because they figure that maybe they can do it in a different way. And unfortunately, there's no end to these stories that I can tell you of what I deal with, all types of headaches that people give me for no reason. I don't know what I did to them that they simply decide that they're going to return the help that I give them with headaches and the advice that I give them with more headaches. But one time I had a situation where there was a guy that told me, listen, you've been helping me, I've been wanting to convert, but there's a different rabbi that wants to help me, and he wants to convert me. I said, listen, you found somebody that's going to take you to a Beit Din, by all means. Well, he wants to call you. Okay, he wants to call me. I don't really do calls. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort. I could just simply do with messages. But anyway, after a few messages with this rabbi, eventually there was a phone call. Within that phone call, I heard this rabbi say a few things, and one of them was that he does the conversion himself, but he somehow gets a certificate from some Beit Din. Okay, this sounds a little strange, sounds illegal, sounds unethical, and sounds against halacha, but whatever. Anyway, this guy had wanted to be the donkey that speaks. By all means, you let him speak. Anyway, after he told me what he told me, I told him that I disagree with his way. I disagree with what he's doing. I would not recommend that he does this with the people that I know, but there's nothing that I can do. If they want to listen to him, by all means. I can't stop anybody. He said, no, don't worry about the Beit Din knows me, and it's okay, and we've done it, and we this, and all the mumbo jumbo. Okay, fine. Anyway, B'siyata Dishmaya, as HaKadosh Baruch Hu always helps me left and right, even when I don't even realize that I need the help, He helps me. Literally, maybe 2-3 days later, the Beit Din that he was talking about happened to call me. They needed my help with something. Now, interestingly enough, I was able to help them with something that they needed. And I said, since I'm already on the phone with you, I wanted to ask you something. There's this rabbi that called me, and he says that he does this, and that, and you send him certificates, even though your dayanim don't go over there. The rabbi on the phone literally almost had a heart attack. What? Who? What is he talking about? never. Give me his phone number. Right now we're going to call this guy. He's a Rasha. He's this. Don't trust anything that he says. We would never do such a thing. No one does such things. Why would we put everything on a line to do such a thing? I said, I don't know. It's what he said. I don't know. Check yourself. I'm just telling. I'm asking because it kind of sounded weird. That, a Bet Din that I'm familiar with, it's an honorable Bet Din, is doing things like this, but I don't know. I don't know anybody's business. So that's why I'm asking you. And this rabbi literally almost lost his mind. He couldn't believe somebody was doing this. So now, after I found this out, I contact my, this former student, current student, whatever student he was at the time, and tell him, listen, by the way, I spoke to that rabbi of yours that you told me about, and he said such and such, similar to what you said, but he gave me some more details. And as you would have it, I found out that everything that he's saying is a complete lie. His conversion will not count in the eyes of the Rabbanut, most likely will not count according to Halacha, and quite frankly, he is a thief and a liar. And we also found him lying in a few other things. So you would expect this student to do what? Thank you so much. I love you. You saved my life. You saved my eternity. That's what you would expect. What do I get? Oh, no, come on, listen, maybe we should talk about it, maybe this, maybe that. He starts calling me, the other people call me, everybody, what do you want from my life? I'm trying to help you. Now it's my fault that you felt, I'm saving you from a criminal. What do you want from my life? I'm telling you, there's a way to do it, there's a way to do it. You want to do it the right way, you want to do it the wrong way. No. All of a sudden, why? Because people simply don't know how to do what they're supposed to do. They just simply decide that this is the right way, and if you don't agree with it, then there's something wrong with you. So, unfortunately, this is part of the world, this is part of the life, this is part of the test, but a person needs to know they need to play their role in life, and not somebody else's role. It always seems to be difficult to be yourself and easy to be somebody else, but I can promise you that being somebody else ends up being very, very painful, and unfortunately, something that is going to destroy the real you. And you certainly don't want to do that. If a person wants to be a Jew, there's a way to become a Jew. A person that Hashem wants them to become a Jew, Hashem will open up the path at some point for them to become the Jew. That may be tomorrow, it may be in a year from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, but if a person really wants to go on the right path, time should not be of the essence. They should simply do everything they can and wait patiently until Hashem opens up the door. And I can tell you from personal experience that some of the most righteous people that I know and had the merit to be part of their life, to be part of their conversion, were people that went through the conversion process for 10, 15 years before they ever met me. Like they went and they got scammed by a bunch of people, and Hashem gave them a test, and another test, and another test, and another test, and literally they got tortured by different criminals, one after another, for like 10, 15 years. And I know multiple stories like this. And eventually they met me, and Baruch Hashem, we helped them, and within a reasonable time frame, helped them convert too. But the point is that they would have never gotten to the destination of actual conversion, of where they wanted to get to, had they given Hashem a time slot of when He's supposed to give them what they want. They wouldn't have put a gun to Hashem's head, figuratively speaking. But unfortunately, many times people think that they can put a gun to Hashem's head and they can tell him, listen, I want to do it, I want to be this, now. And if you don't do it the way this way, then I'm going to do it in a different way. I'm going to beat the system. You're not beating anybody. You're not beating anybody. And when Hashem wants a person to be successful in something, whether that's through conversion or business or marriage or having children or whatever it is, Hashem will be the one that gives you the key to open the door. If He doesn't, no power in the world will make it so. And I have several stories that I literally got over the last month and a half, 2 months since I came from Israel. A couple of people that went a different path. They wanted to get conversion different way. Literally, 2 different families, unrelated completely, went to some conversion that was quicker and faster and this and that, and it looked great. And what ends up happening? now they have major problems. One, nobody wants to marry them. The other one, nobody wants to accept them in the community. Why? Because their conversion paper is toilet paper, according to everybody else. So what ends up happening? They have to actually do a whole new conversion, even though they've already been living like Jews, Orthodox Jews, for a few years. But according to the Orthodox community, everyone's considering them goyim. Why? Because they didn't follow the path they were supposed to. Now, of course, this in itself is also a test. It's also a test. But if a person is there to serve Hashem, this shouldn't be a big deal. They should just simply say, okay, it didn't work this way. Okay, I'll do what I'm supposed to do. No problem. I won't try to beat the system ever again. I'll simply do what the rabbis say. But that's the problem. Many times people try to beat the system like they do try to beat the government and beat taxes and beat everything. Don't try to beat the system. There's a master of the world that runs the system. There's an eye that's watching, an ear that's listening, and there's a hand that's writing every single thing that we do. Don't try to beat the system. There is no such thing as success of beating Hashem's system. It's simply a fool's errand.